matchup between our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But, boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best anything but whether or not their team won.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's gone. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw is Goff. And Sanders has got it complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Check 52. 26.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
To throw is Watson. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Rolling to his right. On the run. He'll got a man. It's caught inside the 10. That one goes for 30 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. 2nd down and goal. Watson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. Watson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
We had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what was fun to me was hear him say, I like what we did, but we need more pressure on the quarterback this week. What he wouldn't tell us, though, was how he was going to create it. Is it going to be just the front 4? Is it going to be 3? Is he going to bring linebackers, secondary? This will be fun to check out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
They're going for it. It's Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now it's Watson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down now, Donnelly. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They can't stop us, baby.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On first down, Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Last stop. Last stop.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now. I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin with a rematch from the Elway, Montana days of Super Bowl 24. Denver taking on San Francisco. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Tariq Cohen, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, let's head over to New Era Field to see what's happening with the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in the victory. Finally, let's get to the desert. Let's check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Watson, off play action, sliding out of the pocket. This one caught by Isabella. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. From the 24, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Watson able to find Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's Sanders. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Slide 20.
Focus, defense, focus. 2 times, 2 times. Hey.
Out of the gun, Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man to the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, it's Robinson, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Donnelly. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. They'll try the air now with Watson. That ball complete to Isabella. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's gone. That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19 on the draw. Here's Sanders. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
What? Like 20?
98 to Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 198. Watch 98.
Gone. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Needed 16. They got 17 on 3rd down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now gone. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run. Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to staff the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. Donnelly. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They go play action here on first down. They'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll roll him out right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Now Goff on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now Goff. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And Watson's going to throw it here. That is caught at the 7. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head